On the breaking news of today, we're going to see comparative and superlative adjectives because we have noticed that the people doesn't know what are comparative and superlative adjectives. Well, people who wonder what is a comparative adjective often realize that it is not difficult to work with these adjectives once they have learned the rules of how to construct them and how they work. The rules might be confusing, but once you get used to the system, you will realize that building comparative adjectives is like second nature. The first step to building a comparative adjective from a regular adjective is thinking about how many syllables the regular adjective has. From an adjective that has one syllable, add the ending er to the end of the adjective to create a comparative form. For example, tall becomes taller. For an adjective that ends in y and has two syllables, drop the I and add EIR. For example, pretty becomes prettier and early becomes earlier. For an adjective that has two syllables and does not end in y, add the word more before the adjective. For example, purple becomes more purple. For a word with three syllables, we use the word more before the adjective. For example, beautiful becomes more beautiful. Why not start with an example? Let's say you have two trees, an oak tree and a maple tree. These trees from our example are of two different heights. If you are curious, you might ask, which tree is taller than the other? In this case, taller is a comparative adjective, which makes sense since we are asking to compare two nouns. We would reply, the oak tree is taller than the maple tree. Another example is like, I can't find my house is bigger than yours.
Superlatives. We add est with adjectives who have one syllable. An example is, the largest sea animal is blue whale. We put iest with adjectives who end with y. An example is, happy, happiest, freaky, freakiest. And finally, we put the most with adjectives who have one syllable than the others. An example is, the most intelligent animal is chimpanzee.